Would you believe me if I said you could lose 2 kilos in weight per week without any exercise by eating certain types of food for 6 days a week and a cheat day on the 7th where you can go mad on everything that you ever want to eat? Yep, that's exactly one of the things presented in this book, The 4-Hour Body, which is a holy grail of biohacking based on the experiments conducted by the author Ferriss on his own body. But this book isn't just about fat loss. It's packed with real actionable insights for everyone who's looking to lose fat, build muscle, gain strength with minimal effort, recover from injuries, sleep better, and feel more energized. Basically, if you want to hack your body and get maximum results with minimum effort, this book is for you. Before we jump into the contents of the book, I'd like to give you a quick update on other things. We have upgraded the audio gear to a Holyland Lark M2S, and everything should sound better and less processed than the previous videos. I'm also planning to edit new videos in the Premiere Pro software instead of CapCut, which would put me on a new learning path. And life is unpredictable. My plan was to complete a book a month and put a review video out there by starting of the next month, and also announce the next book which I'll be reading the following month. Well, not everything will go according to plan in life, and I would say even if 10% of things would go according to your plan, it's a miracle considering the infinite amount of variable that could change or go wrong, preventing the things going exactly as we planned. You could get busy at work, you could get injured, or you could just record an entire video only to find out that the audio was not recording properly. I mean, there's an infinite amount of things that could happen which can prevent things going as planned. So be grateful when things go exactly as you planned. I thought I could finish this book in February. Like, it's a big book. February has only 28 days. But still, I plan to read 20 pages a day so I could complete it by the end of February and do a review. And once I started reading, I realized this isn't a casual read. It's packed with information, and I wanted to take my time understanding and applying it. So instead of rushing through it, I decided to take 10 more days to finish this. And when things doesn't go as planned, we improvise. As we only have 20 days left of March to finish another book, I'll be reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu for the rest of the month. And as it's a small book, I don't have to go overboard or force myself to read a lot of pages a day to finish this book. So we'll be putting out a review on that at the starting of next month. Yeah. And back to the 4-Hour Body. The book starts with the topic of losing fat, where a diet named slow carb diet is explained. I was not really interested in this part as I'm a hard gainer, and it's really hard for me to gain fat or muscle, and I lose muscle twice as fast. But I read this part anyway, as I might find some insights in there. Before going into the slow carb diet or any other parts of this book, I would like to state that I am not a medical professional or related to medical or health profession in any way, and I'm just sharing the information I found while I read this book, and you should consult with a medical professional before attempting to follow any of the methods in this book. Now, with that out of the way, slow carb diet is a way of eating that lets people lose fat without calorie counting and eating foods that minimize insulin spikes, promoting fat burn and keeps you full longer. In this diet, you avoid white carbohydrates like bread, pasta, rice, cereal, and potatoes, as it will cause insulin spikes which will promote fat storage. And you stick to the approved foods. One of them is protein-rich foods like egg, chicken, beef, fish, then legumes like lentils, black beans, pinto beans, and soybeans, and non-starchy green vegetables like spinach and broccoli, fat sources like olive oil, butter, and nuts in moderation. The diet restricts you from eating any type of fruits except tomatoes and avocados, as most of the fruits have high fructose. And you should only drink water, black tea, or black coffee during the period, and no sugary drinks, no fruit juices, and no milk. And it's also suggested to supplement on potassium and magnesium to avoid muscle cramps and improve energy levels. And the last rule is that you will take one cheat day per week where you go eat whatever you want and how much of quantity as you want to prevent metabolic slowdown. And yeah, that's it. That's the slow carb diet. Ferriss claims that this diet can help you lose up to 9 kgs in a month without exercise. I haven't tried out this diet, but I'm really sure that it would work, as it's really similar to the keto diet, and it's also similar to the diet I follow, which is just on a common rule that whatever food that has good protein in it, you can eat as much as you want, and when you're eating carbs, you limit it as little as you can. That's it. And I have carbs like every day, and I have been following this diet for almost a year, and I have been able to maintain my weight without increasing fat percentage or losing weight. I was able to maintain my current weight for a longer period of time without gaining any fat, even at the times when I'm not exercising for months. Let's move on to the next part, which is one of the most mind-blowing parts of the book, the Greek to Freak chapter, where Tim Ferriss explains how he gained 15 kgs of muscle in 28 days, training only twice a week. How? By using the minimum effective dose, MED, the least amount of effort needed to trigger maximum muscle growth. Here's the basic idea. Super slow reps, like 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up. Only 2 workouts per week or even less, and 1 set to failure per exercise instead of multiple sets. Only doing compound movements like deadlifts, squats, dips, chin-ups, and eating a lot. Like he was eating 5,000 plus calories a day and 200 plus grams of protein a day. The takeaway? He proved that you don't have to spend hours in the gym to build muscle. Train smart, not long. And while his protocol was a little bit too crazy, he was just showing the extent of what's possible. And for a normal person, eating 5,000 plus calories a day and getting 200 plus grams of protein a day is not practical. So he had optimized it into another workout protocol called the Occam's protocol, which is 1 workout every 5 to 7 days. So 1 workout a week, only 2 to 3 exercises per session, 30 minutes or less per workouts, and focusing on recovery as the muscle grows at the time of rest. Here's the full Occam's protocol workout, and there is 2 workouts. Workout A is machine pullover, 1 set to failure, 7 reps. Machine overhead press, 1 set to failure, 7 reps. Leg press or squats, 1 set to failure, 10 reps. And all of these are like slow reps, 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up. And workout B includes the barbell row, which is 1 set to failure, 7 reps. Bench press or the machine chest press, 1 set to failure, 7 reps. And deadlifts, 1 set to failure, 10 reps. The key rules to note are to increase your weights every session and rest at least 5 days between workouts, and keep your workouts between 30 minutes. That's it. Just 1 heavy set per exercise and 4 workouts per month. That's your Occam's workout, which is proven to be the most minimalist workout that I have seen, I used to follow a minimalist workout last year where I had split my workouts into a push day and pull day, fully designed for maximum strength gain. And it was just having almost 4 to 5 exercises, and I would train on one day and take 1 to 2 rest days and train on the fourth day, as it's kind of mimicking the workout routine of powerlifters. So you have muscles and your nervous system which is getting put under tremendous pressure and tension, and it would take 24 hours to 48 hours to get the nervous system to recover fully. And it's also true that the more muscle you have, the more time that it will take to recover, because the recovery speed is almost the same as when you start lifting. Another thing explained in this book are the power of kettlebells. Kettlebells are said to be the best bang for buck exercise and exercise equipment out there. If there is one single exercise Tim Ferriss recommends for fat loss, strength and endurance, is kettlebell swings. It's a full body workout. It engages glutes, hamstrings, core and shoulders at the same time, burns a ton of calories, up to 20 calories per minute. It's found to be more effective, or it's found to burn more calories than cardio, and it prevents injuries, fixes muscle imbalances which causes most of the injuries, and it builds more power. It's great for athletes and everyday fitness. Anybody who is looking to make their body injury proof with minimal amount of equipment and time, and how to do it. The recommended method Tim Ferriss gives for doing a kettlebell swing in the book is to take 16 kg to 25 kg kettlebell for men. For women, you can use a lower weight and do a 75 to 100 swings per day. If you only do one exercise, kettlebell swings are the best choice. And it's also explained in detail with diagrams in the book. Let me show you. This is some of the demonstrations of the Occam's protocol exercises, and these are the leg presses, overhead shoulder press and other exercises. Let me show you the kettlebell swings. And yeah, this is the representation of a kettlebell swing shown in the book as images. So you can just go to YouTube and just search for kettlebell swings and you can get a detailed guide on how to do the exercise. And the next part explained in the book is fixing injuries and preventing injuries from occurring again. And most of the injuries are from accidents. They come from muscle imbalances. So common issues are weak glutes. People with weak glutes will have back pain or knee pain, and people with weak core muscles will have back pain, and people with weak rotator cuff will get shoulder injuries very easily. So the book shows on how to prevent injuries and how to strengthen these muscles and how to correct muscle imbalances by strengthening the weak muscles. For example, glutes, core, rotator cuff, etc., and loosening the tight muscles by using foam rolling or stretching, and rehab exercises that keeps your body balanced. He also shows what injury recovery methods that he followed and which of them was effective, which of them wasn't effective. And there's a lot of things that he explains in the prevention or fixing of injury. The fixing injury part is actually shown as a documentation of what he did to get his injuries fixed and what he found to be most what he found to give the best results and what he found to be less productive. And he just categorizes the fixing injury section into most effective and less effective and stuff. So train smart and you won't have to worry about getting injured. Yeah. And the next part is sleep hacking. That is getting more rest in less time. Tim Ferriss experiments with different sleep schedules to maximize energy. And the 3 type of sleep schedule that he explains in the book is monophasic sleep, which is the traditional sleep that everybody follows, which is 8 hours of sleep. And there is another category with polyphasic sleep, which is segmented sleep, where you have a core sleep and naps, short naps throughout the day, like seen in the routines like Leonardo da Vinci. And it's also shown to be most productive and most effective way of getting rest, like sleeping 6 hours at night and having a 20-minute nap or 1 hour nap in the afternoon. Or you could have less 5 hours of core sleep and have 2 naps throughout the day and stuff. It is also promoted in the Sunnah of Islam to take naps during the afternoon. So that's something that I'm probably looking forward to implement into my schedules. And also the kettlebell workouts. I'm gonna buy a kettlebell after this month, as I'm not positive on implementing a new training methods this month, as it's Ramadan and I'm fasting, and also I'm fully occupied throughout this month because of prayer time. And the third type of sleep schedule, which is an extreme sleep hack, which only should be used in extreme conditions, is the Uberman sleep, which is taking 20-minute naps every 2 hours, so you won't have to sleep for extended periods of time and you would get the energy. And it's only to be used when you need to increase your waking hours and feel as productive as getting a good sleep. So while following the protocol, you need to make sure that you're getting the 20-minute naps every 2 hours, and you should strictly follow it. And if you fail to follow it, it's gonna be a catastrophe. While it's shown to be effective in the short term, Ferriss tried Uberman sleep and said it gave him immense focus, but it's really hard to sustain long term. That's the parts of the book which I found most interesting and effective, and very eager to implement into my life. But there are a lot of information, like a lot of methods, a lot of things that is explained in this book that might be useful to you. So if you are really interested in biohacking and optimizing your body function and everything, I recommend you pick up this book and read it from start to finish. And there is methods on how to optimize your running, so you can run faster, you can run longer, like increasing your endurance. And there is stretching routines, stretching guides on injury prevention. There is also like a demonstration of Turkish get-ups, which is said to be the most effective exercise to conditioning your body. And there's a lot of other things, and he also goes into really detailed explanation on how things work and the scientific side of things. So yeah, if you're interested, you just go grab this book. It's available on Amazon. You can also get it on Audible. He also have a website to sell this book, explaining this book and other things, having the images on it and everything. And it's called the 4-Hour Body Blog or something. There's also like illustrations of a human body and the muscles. It's a great book to read if you're into biohacking, optimizing your body and stuff. So if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely give this a read. There are people who love going to the gym and spending 2 hours in the gym 6 days a week and having a rest day, and they would be doing a cardio on rest day and all. Like, they really enjoy the process. I used to do that for some time, but looking at my time, I need to allocate more time into other areas of my life, which is improving my financials, my career, and everything. So I would, at some stages, I would actually look into the minimal amount of time I can spend by getting the maximum results out of my workouts. So for me, these tips are really worth it, and I will be implementing this because I was already following a minimalistic workout for the last year, which actually gave me like huge strength gains compared to the protocol or workout split I was following before that. Yeah, people who would want to spend like 48 hours in a month working out can do that, but people who would like to minimize it and only has 4 hours to work out per month can go pick up this book, read this, implement the information that you get out of the book, and see if it's producing any results, or just go back to conventional lifting with a bro split and everything. And people who are not working out at all, I'm gonna say just go and work out at least like once a week, and it's going to give a huge amount of results, and you're gonna gain something out of it, even though if you're going to follow the wrong techniques or wrong form or anything. That's a wrap on the 4-Hour Body. This book was packed with insane insights on losing fat, building muscle, hacking sleep, and even injury prevention, all with minimum effort. If you're looking for a way to get fit without spending hours in the gym, this book is worth checking out. For this month, I'll be reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu, a classic on discipline, strategy, and winning battles both on and off battlefields. And I'll be sharing a review or a summary of this book by the beginning of next month. So stay tuned for that and have a great day.